Hey friend, in today's watercolor tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to paint this beginner landscape of a tropical ocean. Without further ado, let's get painting. For today's tutorial, I'll be using Payne's Gray, Prussian Blue, Viridian Green, Cobalt Turquoise, and Burnt Umber by Winsor & Newton. I'll also be using a little bit of white gouache for some highlights, and I have my size 6 and size 2 round brush handy. And the paper I've taped down for this miniature ocean landscape is a size 4 by 4 inches. To begin the painting, I want to start by getting just a little bit of cobalt turquoise, just some watered down turquoise, and about 1.5 inches down, I'm going to paint a very light line just to mark off our water horizon line. So there is our waterline point, just a little bit of a point of reference. Now I'm going to take some water, and with my size 6 brush, I want to do a little bit of water just all the way across as a water wash to the edges of the tape all the way to the horizon line. So it's okay that that horizon line kind of waters down and dissipates into the water wash. Now I want to take some Prussian Blue, and I'm going to do a wash of Prussian Blue starting from the top, and I'm going to use my brush to work my way right to the bottom. I'm just going left to right. And then I'm just going to take a little bit more and add some more up top just to get a little bit of a smooth ombre effect. And I just work my way down. Just like that. And I'll go ahead and allow the sky to set and dry, and then we'll move on to the water below. I'm going to take my size 6 brush, and I'm going to do a wash of water for the remaining portion of the painting all the way to the water sky horizon line and the edges of the tape. We are going to start with Payne's Gray and work our way down to do this kind of dark to light ombre effect for our ocean. So once you have a nice wash of water, we're going to start with just a bit of Payne's Gray at the top line here. And I just allow it to kind of bleed out a bit. Then I'm going to take some Prussian Blue, and I'm going to layer Prussian Blue on top of the Payne's Gray just to kind of give it a pop and brighten it up a little bit. I feel like my Payne's Gray is crumbling. Sorry, my Prussian Blue is like crumbling a little bit, so I just got a big amount of it over here that kind of crumbled a little bit. All right, so we've got our Payne's Gray and Prussian Blue. I'm gonna kind of lift some of this blue that sometimes the tape kind of allows to creep on the side, so I'm just kind of lifting that with a clean brush with some pressure just to erase it. Now I want to take some Viridian Green, which is one of my favorite colors, and I'm going to layer it partway into the Prussian Blue, just like so, and then just drag it down. Next, I'm going to do the same thing but with Cobalt Turquoise. And I'm bringing it up into the Viridian Green. And then lastly, I'm just gonna get a little bit more Prussian Blue, layer it on top, at the very top of the horizon line, and just drag it down right into the Viridian Green and the Cobalt Turquoise. Now I want to take some water, and I'm just going to add some more clean water at the bottom. I'm going to allow it to touch the Cobalt Turquoise, and I can even just take a little bit of pressure with my brush just to kind of unevenly do this circular motion, just to get some variegation in the texture of the water there. Then I'm going to take some Burnt Umber for our sand color and apply the Burnt Umber down below. And I'm doing a light amount of the Burnt Umber, and I'm going to layer just a little bit of it as well into some of that Cobalt Turquoise. And a little Burnt Umber does go a long way. If you have too much, you can always kind of buff it out with some pressure and water with your brush. But now we've got kind of our loose foundation for our ocean, and I'm gonna go ahead and allow this to set and dry, and then when we come back, we can add some more details to our whitewash and our sand. I'm going to mix up a little bit of Prussian Blue with a touch of Viridian Green, just to make it pop a little bit. And then using my size 2 brush, I just want to add just a few moments of some texture to our ocean. So I'm just using this color combo to add in a few horizontal dash lines. And these can be just super simple and loose. As I get my way up towards the Payne's Gray and Prussian Blue combo, I may just use just a little bit more Prussian Blue to make that stand out and have it be a little less light than the blend of the Prussian Blue with the Viridian Green. I'm just doing these super loose horizontal brush strokes, and then I can work my way down just with a few more touches of the Viridian Green and Prussian Blue blend. Okay, so at this point, now that I have a little bit of texture, I'm going to squeeze out some of my Winsor & Newton whitewash. I've already pre-squeezed some out on my palette. And I want to start by painting a curved line using some fresh whitewash. And again, the line doesn't have to be perfect. So I've got this nice white opaque shoreline. It's a little bit variegated and textured. It's not perfectly smooth. Now what I want to do is add in some white web-like texture. So I'm just taking my size 2 brush and just painting some curved angled lines. So kind of similar to the dash lines we did above, but these ones are a little bit more web-like and kind of interconnected, slightly layered. I'm doing a little bit of texture into the lighter blue as well. Now I'm taking some burnt umber with a little bit of Payne's gray just to deepen it slightly. And again, a little bit of Payne's gray goes a very long way. Oh no, sometimes this happens where some paint just kind of splatters on the page, but I always use a clean, slightly damp brush to erase it, and it works like magic. Okay, so I've got a slightly darker burnt umber, and I'll go ahead and color swatch that. So just by adding a touch of Payne's gray, I got a little bit of a darker brown. I'm going to add the dark brown in kind of an uneven texture alongside the bottom ridge of our shoreline here, just on this whitewash. While it's still wet, I'll go ahead and take a damp size 2 brush, carrying on with that, and just slightly buff out and kind of water down that line a little bit more. Now that I've got that shading detail, I want to add a few pockets of this Payne's gray burnt umber combo, and I'm just tapping in a few of the in-between areas of the whitewash, some of this darker brown. You can see how it just makes the shadows just pop where the ocean meets the shore. I love just how that shading just really amplified things. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that brown and just add a second moment of shading, but in a finer detail along the shoreline. Just a little bit more of a finer outline right up against the white. And then lastly, I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that darker brown and use the side of my size 2 brush to add a little bit of dry brush texture onto our sand. So dry brush texture, I mean just kind of laying your brush horizontally and kind of dragging it across, and you'll get this like nice pebbly loose granulated texture for the sand. And that is it. Thank you so much for joining me for today's watercolor tropical ocean tutorial. I hope that this tutorial was a fun one to follow along with, and be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any further landscape tutorials.